Hey, this is Anthony with RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our fall 2013 heated gear and base layer guide at RevZilla.com. In this video, I'm going to break down heated gear first, and then we're going to jump ahead into our favorite base layers for 2013. And remember, you can click ahead if you want to dive into the base layers, but really this video is designed to help you get through the cool to cold weather riding seasons of the year. We can all do base and mid layers till the cows come home, but when you talk about heated gear, that's really what you're going to need when you start to really dip into that frigid temperature range. Because remember guys, there might be traction and no ice outside, but when you're riding under 30 degrees and you're adding an extra negative 20 on top for wind chill factor, everybody's going to get cold, and heated gear is really the only way you crest that hill. So keep in mind, this is part of our fall guide series at RevZilla.com/guides, and every product I'm going to show you in both segments of the video today are going to have a detailed breakdown video on RevZilla TV on YouTube, as well as RevZilla.com on the product detail page. First up, we have the Gerbing Core Heat 12 heated jacket liner. This is a staple, made in America product with a phenomenal warranty. This is really the gold standard when it comes to heated gear. You're looking at an update for this year with a new outer shell ripstop material. Remember, Gerbing stands on the shoulders of their microwire technology. Tiny stainless steel filaments that are very flexible, hold up really well over time, and go 0 to 135 degrees in 4 seconds. It's actually technology developed for the US government. See Raph to my left, he's wearing, I believe, a size large. He's going to be 5'11", 180 with a 43-inch chest. Full-size curve available in the Gerbing Core Heat 12 heated jacket liner. Remember, Core Heat 12 means that you would connect this to your bike, to the battery, to the power source, and you're going to need to purchase a single or dual controller separately. Keep that in mind, guys. And for last frame of reference, before we move into the glove, heat at the collar, heat at the sleeves, heat on 2 channels on the panels on the chest, and you have a back panel with heat as well. Now, moving into the glove, at $195, and remember the jacket liner is $249. $195 for the Gerbing T5 hybrid glove. Waterproof, lightly insulated, dual liner of microwire on top for heat, single layer on the palm. And again, this is a full gauntlet riding glove that you could wear as your sole glove. This is not a glove liner. The cool part about it is you have it wired up to our jacket liner, which you wear under your jacket. The cool part about the T5 hybrid is you can also pick up the lithium-ion dual battery pack, which allows you to get up to 8 hours of heat off the bike. What you do is you put the battery in, you disconnect this wire, and then if you got off your bike, you'd be good to go as well. And that's why they call it hybrid, not Core Heat 12. And as a final frame of reference on the T5 hybrid, it is an American cut glove. Remember, it is lightly insulated with a waterproof liner. Raph is wearing a size large. He typically wears a size large in Firstgear and Icon in most American cut gloves. So moving on from Gerbing, I now have Powerlet, which is a slightly different technology, but still heated gear. This is the Powerlet rapid fire heated jacket liner that Peter's wearing at around $315. It heats differently than the Gerbing. It uses what they call far infrared technology, which actually heats you up from the inside out. It feels like the sun's rays. So again, just a different technology. It's a nice touch. At $314, it has a different style than the Gerbing, but it also includes the dual zone temperature controller. And the dual zone is important with any of this gear because you can see that I have Peter wearing the Powerlet, and this is sold separately for $90. This is the heated glove liner kit. You can see that I can run it standalone, or I could connect it to the jacket liner if I have it. But what that does, and Peter's wearing a small medium, even though he has a size large hand, it allows you to put the heat into any glove that you have. So basically, you're buying the liner that now turns any glove into an extreme cold weather glove that you'd have. And remember, it's still using that far infrared technology from Powerlet. So $90, $314, a slightly different take on heated gear, but there's a lot of customers out there that really do like the Powerlet technology. And last up for frame of reference, I have Peter here, who's 6 foot, he's 195, 42-inch chest. He's wearing a size large in Powerlet, and they're gonna typically fit American sized. Next up is our third and final heated jacket liner. This is the Firstgear heated jacket liner, which is a bit more of a basic investment at around the $179 mark. Remember, I'd love for you to click here and subscribe to us on YouTube as well. Leave me your comments, your questions, your feedback on any of the gear we're showing you today on our YouTube channel at RevZilla TV. Now, the Firstgear heated jacket liner comes with heated panels in sleeves, in the chest, in the collar, as well as in the back, but it's using older copper wire technology. That's how they're able to get into that $200 price point. And remember too, just like any other piece of heated gear that we've mentioned today, in most cases, especially here in Firstgear, you're going to have to buy your single or dual controller separately. Now, I will call out that there's a 60 watt and 95 watt version of this heated jacket liner, which means with smaller bikes that might put off less power, you can go with that 60 watt or that lower output option. And when we think about fitment, it's certainly American cut. Ed to my left, 6 foot, 215, 45-inch chest. He's wearing a size extra large. There are also tall sizes available, and there's no surprises here. It's certainly an American cut from the Firstgear heated jacket liner. And lastly, rounding out our heated gear assortment is the Gerbing Core Heat 7 heated softshell. And it's Core Heat 7, meaning that it's 7-volt lithium-ion battery powered. So you could rock this guy as a mid-layer under your motorcycle jacket, or you could lose your jacket and wear it off the bike. Nice premium softshell in sizes up to 3X. $249, black, blue, as well as camo. And notice it's going to come with the up to 8 hours of power by this Gerbing lithium ion pack that fits right in the pocket. Now quickly, it's going to have 2 panels of heat, a collar, and a back panel. That's where you're going to get your warmth. And Raph to my left is wearing a size large. Again, 5'11", 180 muscular build. He's got about a 43-inch chest, so keep that in mind, guys. And remember, there's a full line of Core Heat 7, which means it's battery powered from Gerbing, as well as Core Heat 12 on the bike, wired, that we'd have on RevZilla.com. Now, from here, we're going to walk into base and mid layers, but if you want to shop the full collection of heated gear you've seen in this heated gear segment, click right here and visit the guide page at RevZilla.com. First up in our base and mid layers is the Dainese Map Windstopper shirt. Gore Windstopper mixed with Thermalite fabric, and it really can be worn as either a base layer or a mid layer if you want to wear a base layer underneath. Really extreme cold weather riding. This is the top of the food chain from Dainese. Quick note on sizing, Raph's wearing a size large. He's 5'11", 180 with a 43-inch chest, and there's also a pant that you can rock with it as well. Hardcore cold weather protection from Dainese. Next up is our most affordable mid-layer. This is the Icon 1000 Infamous Layers jacket. You can see it's really set up as a mid-layer. Ed could wear it standalone or underneath a jacket. Basic fleece line, polyester. It does have monkey paws. Check that out really quick if you want to put your thumb through if you're rocking it underneath your moto jacket. But you're looking around $60, and it has a classic style from Icon 1000. Ed is going to be wearing a size large, but he's 6 foot 215 with a 45-inch chest. So I definitely consider, depending on how you want to rock it, this guy to be fitting one size bigger than we were expecting for Ed to be rocking a large. As our most versatile option in the base layer mix, this is the Ruka Outlast shirt. Now, it's going to be a stretch base layer. This is not intended as a mid layer. You can see it here on Raph. Remember, he's wearing a size large, 5'11", 180. He's got a muscular build at about a 43-inch chest. If we look at it, beauty of the Outlast, remember there's an Outlast shirt, an Outlast pant, and an Outlast one-piece suit, is from medium to cool to extreme cold weather riding. The Outlast tuned material is going to absorb your body heat and store it. When you start to cool off, it begins to release it. So what it does is it actually creates a microclimate within the base layer, a microclimate, to allow your body to stay at the optimal temperature to be comfortable, not too hot, not too cold, and it does that through the phase change Outlast material from Ruka at around the $70 price point for the shirt. At $200, with a great mix of versatility, function, and style, this is the new Climb Inversion jacket. It's using the next generation of Gore Windstopper material, which actually is a 4-way stretch material, so you're getting the benefit of the wind blocking, but again, it's very complete. You see there's a black version, there's a gray version, big zipper pulls, there are pit zips, hand warmer pockets with a light fleece lining. A very complete garment for a technical mid-layer that can be worn on or off the bike with a jacket over it or standalone. Ed is 6 foot 215. He has about a 45-inch chest. He's wearing a size large, so I consider that to be a generous American cut on this guy. Keep in mind with the Climb Inversion, there's also a ladies version called the Whistler. Last up in our lineup for today is a classic and aggressive cold weather base layer from Dainese. This is called the Dainese Evolution Worm Shirt. It's wicking, antimicrobial, certainly a base layer, not a mid layer, and it's zonally mapped. You can see it with the flat lock stitchings in the different areas which are going to breathe differently. There's a pant that can go with it in an Evolution Worm pant. There's also a ladies setup. You're looking at about $90, and again, outside of the performance components, it's definitely the clean, classic, and aggressive base layer line that you're used to seeing from Dainese. Raph to my left is 5'11", 180, 43-inch chest. He's wearing a size large for frame of reference, guys. Keep that in mind. So from here, you should click here and shop the full collection at RevZilla.com. You can read rider reviews and watch the detailed breakdown videos we have on each one of these products. Remember, they're part of our fall guide series for 2013, RevZilla.com/guides. And as always, anything over $39 we ship for free, and you can always give us a shout. Give Ralph a shout. See us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our fall 2013 heated gear and base layer guide. I'm Anthony. We'll see you next time.